We are grateful to you. Thank you.
Don't thank me, and don't say I'm a hero. I'm no hero. I was lucky. I'm here. All the heroes are dead, and I'll never forget them as long as I live. All I know is Normandy veterans love one another beyond the love of winning.
The reason I'm showing you this video is because of the first comment. It's kinda sad to think that we are the last generation to be able to talk with these legends. Something that this guy don't understand is that new legends will be created very soon, and he might become one of them, or he might become a hero. Because when the generation that remembers last great war dies, new great war appears. But we're not here to talk about this, right? We are here to talk about cryptocurrency investing, how to make money on the market and things like that. And I want to talk on the current situation with Bitcoin, with essentially people planning to sell for May, with people being bearish on Ethereum ETF, with people thinking currently that probably we are going into sideways action for 4, 6, 8 months, and maybe closer to the end of the year we'll see 100k, then at the start of 25 we will probably see 120k, and then you would need to sell and leave. And this is something that is happening on the marketplace, right? Something that the most amount of people are thinking of, something that the largest amount of people are thinking of is usually happening on the marketplace. Let's talk about current situation BTC. I will share if I'm actually bearish or bullish. I will share what I'm doing with my portfolio. Maybe I sold everything already. Maybe I don't have any cryptocurrencies at this stage. I'm just waiting to re-enter in August, right? I will explain the concept, the fact that the market are actually front-running events. They are forward-looking. Current situation of the market actually reflects opinions of market participants on what's going to happen in 2 months, in 3 months, in 4 months from now. Obviously, in crypto, the time frame is quite short, but it's usually true for any type of market as well. Let's actually try to figure out what you should be doing with your altcoins, with your memecoins, because some of them, they're not looking great at this stage. Like this video, subscribe to this channel, and let's actually start. We do have around 20 spots left for the membership in Discord group of mine. I'm not actually sharing on purpose how you can join, and you would actually need to search for the link in the description as well. That's certain part of the qualification process, because I want for people who actually want to be inside, be there. I think it's going to be a great community. I think we will be discussing a lot of very interesting things. A tight one with not a large amount of people winning on this marketplace. Everyone is screaming of this wedge pattern forming on the chart for Bitcoin right now. And usually in these type of patterns, we do expect them to come out, right? We do expect them to end and either go up or go down, right? They're providing you with two options. We're either going up or we're either going down at this stage. And for down option, we do have a lot of things on the marketplace. We do see that people are a bit bearish currently. A lot of them are saying that too many people are just in profits. Bitcoin was just surging without any corrections up, so we need to see a correction. We might be in the pre-halving correction, we might be going sideways for so much time and things like that. We will have our summer, sell in May and go away, right? As they say in Wall Street and they say in stocks. S&P 500 seems to be turning down. Maybe it's going to have a 30% correction as well. And if S&P 500 and if S&P 500 will essentially correct 30%, Bitcoin will just go to zero, right? It's always exciting for me to see market consensus on something. It's always exciting for me to see a lot of people in the market to agree on something. And when things like this happening, I'm always trying to figure out where they might be wrong. Nothing has changed from the macro point of view. We will have our rate cuts currently. From the rate point of the cycle, we are at the tops at this stage, which means that we should be cutting, we should be going down further. Therefore, money will be becoming cheaper and atmosphere for risky assets will be becoming better and better. Markets are always forward looking as well. We do have our summer, and in summer in general a lot of people are saying summer is usually dead for Bitcoin and things like that. We already saw several very interesting things happening for this cycle for BTC. And I believe that us just surging up in summer may be a giant FU to TradeFi, to Wall Street, because a lot of these guys, they might not be working much, they might be on the vacations and things like that, and they might actually be missing moves in the summer as well. And the fact that the market is forward looking, so maybe right now in April, the market already thinks that, well, probably in summer, a bunch of people are going to leave, we will not have any volumes, we will not have any liquidity, so you should probably take your profits and leave, go on the vacation, just don't focus on the whole thing. But if the markets are front running, that means that in summer, they will be looking forward into autumn. And in autumn, we have our election. We have our money printing that should be happening in September. We will have our rate cuts as well. It's very, very interesting what is actually happening currently. It almost seems like a giant manipulation to make sure like the largest amount of hands, largest amount of people would actually be selling currently. And a funny thing is that more people will actually be entering the market and more people will be buying higher when they will have more conviction. But when you have a lot of conviction, when it feels safe to buy, it means that there is no upside left. It means that most likely you are the one who will serve as exit liquidity. And we all know that VCs, smart money, whales, they were buying like 1.5 years ago. They were buying Bitcoin at 15K, 16K, 17K, 20K. They are already up 3x. At this stage, at least, only at Bitcoin. And there were a bunch of assets who had done even better. And there are also a bunch of assets that underperformed Bitcoin thus far. Should I be selling my altcoins? Should I be selling my memecoins? Should I be selling my longs? With most of the tokens not growing much from the lows at this stage. Should we go into the correction? I don't think so. I think we will be going up. And a lot of these people, if we will be going up currently, they would start to tell you that, oh, we're going up, the structure of the market is so bad, we can only reach max 100K and then we'll go sideways for a lot of times because this is something that was not happening before and things like that. And I think they will be wrong. I think they don't understand what is happening. I think they don't understand the potential of ETF. I think they don't understand the geopolitical situation. I think they don't understand the weakness. I think they don't understand change of the world order that is happening right now. They still think that market is being run by geeks on leverage, as it was in the previous cycle. Lucky geeks on leverage. But it's not like that anymore. I do think that we will be seeing crazy numbers for Bitcoin this cycle. But the actual goal, the actual way how we can be seeing these crazy numbers is making sure that least amount of people would actually be able to participate in this move. I would say that the best thing that you can do currently is die. Just go and be dead, right? Because this way you won't be able to sell your tokens. This way you won't be able to do anything. You won't be thinking, oh, we are in this recession, oh, we have this war, we have that war, oh, I'm not sure, retail does not have any money. Just go be dead. Just, you will outperform yourself if you're dead at this stage. If you obviously bought some tokens at this stage, right? If you have your portfolio. And a lot of people, they're quite in the market at this stage. Interesting thing that I was sharing back in December and in general, it was my thesis for 2024 that I kind of forgot with us reaching all-time highs. The thesis that I had is that since we will have election, since we will have money printing, there is a high chance that the money printer will start to work around September of this year. And in order to start actually printing money, they need some type of event. They actually need to look like heroes in the eyes of the public. That's something that they've done during COVID, right? And it's so funny. They gave this money away and a lot of people liked it a lot, but at the same time they were just making people poor. And they don't care because they own all the assets. It's like being robbed with your freedom taken away. And you are grateful for this because they just threw some money your way. A very small chunk. Very funny in the first place. So something in how I picture this year does not sum up in the fact that they should be printing money, in the fact that they should have this election. Maybe they will just start printing money just by themselves. Maybe they will just come up with certain reason and things like that. I still think that there is a percentage for a certain event closer to the end of the summer that might be happening that would allow them to print money right away. And they might just orchestrate the whole event themselves, as pretty much a lot of events that we have currently as well. Maybe a nuclear strike, maybe something else, right? And if someone would be actually conducting a nuclear strike, please be aware that it will be coordinated with the Fed in the first place. It will be coordinated and agreed on. I think we should be going up. I think we should not be seeing a correction. If we will be seeing a correction, I think that that would be a manipulation to make sure that the largest amount of people would actually believe in the market. I think that there is a chance we might be seeing some type of black swan event that might actually drop the prices of the assets. And it should be happening with the new wave of retail coming in because they actually need to scare a new wave of retail. So new wave of people should come in, they should make money. It should be a larger wave than the one that we had recently, the larger wave that the one we had in November and December. It should be a great wave. The narrative should be finally bull market, everything is surging up, and then they should scare them. And these people scared, they will paper hand, they will drop all of the assets. They will buy out all of the assets that will start to print money as well. And with the fear that they will inflict, they will make sure that more and more people will be afraid to actually be entering. This way, only people who will be making money are they in the first place, the elites, the manipulators on the marketplace. I think it's a very, very interesting macro scenario for this year because I don't just see us going up, up, up and up only. At the same time, the narrative for that is quite interesting as well because people are still bearish, people are still speaking about recession, people are still saying at each and every correction that maybe S&P 500 will actually go down 30%. Imagine what will be happening with Bitcoin. A bunch of people are still sidelined as well. So if this sentiment will continue on the marketplace, we might just go up. No issues at all, because it would just mean that the work that they've done in the recent bear is very, very great because people are bearish at Bitcoin breaking all-time high at $70,000 with altcoins having a huge catch-up to actually do, with total 3, the chart of the altcoins receiving resistances from key levels at this stage. This would just mean that they've done a very, very, very good job in the bear market, persuading the public on the fact that everything just goes to zero, everything goes to shit, we will have a recession, retail does not have any money. People are buying lottery tickets the most in the US, and not only in the US. Man, imagine how inflated, how bubbled up this space is actually going to be. And what's interesting is that we are at the end of 16.5 year cycle. So this fourth cycle should be the end of the larger cycle for BTC. We have never seen Bitcoin actually ending up larger cycle. I do expect numbers that we will be seeing this cycle crazy, just crazy for Bitcoin. I do expect a lot of people to take profits too early and miss out and actually have FOMO and re-enter with a part of the capital. I do expect terrible things happening after the completion of this cycle. I do expect manipulators, elites to cash out as much as they can, to make people as poor as they only can make them, and then provide them with a social elevator. Here is your weapon, here is your armor, here is your airplane, go there, do these things. This way you would actually be able to provide for your family. This way you would actually be able to feed your children because you are poor, because we have taken all the money from you through inflating money in the first place and then pumping up the stock market and crypto and dumping on you heavily when you thought that you are actually making money. Right now, go and die and make money for your family because this is the only way you can actually provide for them. And in the process, whilst this will be happening, when they will be focusing attention of the public on some of these terrible events, they will be installing the processes to inflict more control from digital money that they can control, getting rid of cash. Crypto market actually started to be run by TradeFi and larger firms like BlackRock working with the elites. Additional removal of democracy, continuation of weak satanic narratives being fed into the public as well. I think it's all very, very smart. At least this is something that I would do if I were at their place, if I had all the money in the world, if I wanted to have more control and make sure that no one can take this control from me. I think it's very, very smart. And how the whole thing is being played out, just so beautiful. It's being executed beautifully. And being able to see that with your own eyes, being able to be alive through this time, we should all appreciate what type of times we're actually living through. It's so interesting right now. Next 8 to 10 years, they will be so exciting on different events. You don't need to watch any movies. You don't need to have any shows. You just watch and receive satisfaction from the level of execution, from the level of planning, from the things that are happening. They are bad. They are terrible in the first place. But if they will actually be happening this way, it's just so smart. I understand this. I do think that there is a high chance of something like this happening. I do understand they will be planning to cash out as much as they can and make the population even poorer than it is currently. And I'm playing that part. I understand that markets are a tool. They became a tool to take money from the population, to take money from retail. They should be using it one more time. They should be using it this time heavily to change the world order, to have a small chance for the US and for the West to actually continue being a global superpower. We all living in America, America, right? Song from 90s. We are in 2024 at this stage. So exciting. It feels like we are close to the culmination of the act that was planned decades before. So exciting. Actually being able to make money on it is even way more exciting, right? So, how you can actually position yourself in the chains and the narratives that are going to get the airdrop. We have our base thing. We definitely see that on base, one of the top memes is bread at this stage. Bread and Toshi. I will be sharing some interesting things on bread, but like some people are saying that the airdrop there is not happening because of the regulations and some other things. And we do see that Mether and Degen are doing quite well from the liquidity point of view. But I guess Mether might have been some type of pre-sale thing, so that's why they have so much liquidity. And Degen is the whole layer 3 solution as well. So we definitely have bread, we definitely have Toshi with 5 million on liquidity. And if you would actually, and Toshi liquidity is actually quite similar to bread because $3 million were recently added to bread, right? Something like Blast. It should be the most hottest thing at this stage is because of the fact it has a defined airdrop date in May. We see Andy as the largest meme coin for Blast from the liquidity point of view, because I do think we also have Pac-Man. The market cap is larger, but the liquidity is less. So I'm betting on Andy on Blast. We also do have Toncoin. We do have Rido there. An interesting thing with the Toncoin is because Toncoin already have the token, right? But it's not only about the airdrop of the main token, despite the fact it should be the largest, right? It's also about the fact that some large airdrops might be happening on chains, adding new liquidity into the meme tokens on chains, right? We will have an airdrop for Notcoin on 20th of February. I think Rido might be doing very, very well. I'm thinking a lot of, I'm thinking from time to time to add some funds into Rido. And in yesterday's video, I just called, go research Rido, go check out the community, go see what is actually happening. If you like it, it might be a very, very nice bet at this stage. ZK Sync, something that we will definitely have airdrop for this year as well. And one of the fact in connection to why I'm bullish on the market is because most of these Ethereum layer 2s with hundreds of millions of dollars invested, with a bunch of people farming airdrops, they will have the airdrops. People plan to actually receive the airdrops, and it's something that was told by the teams of these things that they should have airdrops Q3 or Q4 of this year. How you can be bearish on the summer if a bunch of airdrops with a bunch of new liquidity might be added in Q3 and Q4 as well? I think it's actually the best time to have airdrops for these chains, just because of the fact we will still have some time for the bull run to unleash, probably at least till the mid of 2025, maybe even till the end of it, because some people are calling that the top would be at the end of 2025. Therefore, I think that Q3 and Q4 might be very, very bullish. You have something like Hold Station here that I've never heard of before. Might be interesting to check out, because Hold Station with the ticker Hold seems like a meme coin. I see Mao here alone as well. They have less liquidity. This is type of work that you actually want to do yourself. Just go check out these meme coins. Check out these communities. Try to find out something that you think will actually be staying alive till the end of this year. And just buy resize into this thing. Just forget and hold. You might easily be making 10, 15, 20 X's on these things. So crazy. We do also have something like Linea, right? Linea is very, very interesting from Memecoin point of view. I'm holding Linda because it was created in December, and I think it's definitely moving with the whole narrative of the chain. That's something I like a lot, because when Virtual Bacon was doing a video on airdrop of Linea, Linda actually moved. That's the only thing I need to hear. That's the same way I was holding Bobo for 8 months. I saw that when pepe was pumping, surging up, Bobo was repeating pepe right away. That's the only thing I actually need to hear and need to know. Lynx. I think Lynx is the meme coin that actually was pushed by Virtual Bacon. We do have Lube. Interesting. These things, they had way more liquidity recently. So it might be a very, very nice thing to actually buy into them, because liquidity on them is so low. And Linda, 500k. This is the one I'm actually hold. Lynx, Lube, this one, and Linda. Go check out this token. Try to think for yourself. What will actually be happening closer to the end of the year? Will they be able to survive? What will be the most appealing for the audience as well? I had a vision that Linda will be doing 100x's from my entry. Consensus is behind this layer 2. Layer 2s are giant VCs pump and dumps of this cycle. If people invested hundreds of millions of dollars, they would probably at least plan to cash out in the next cycle as well. And yeah, this thing I just think is just going to be giant, is going to do very, very well. We do have something like Scroll as well. And I know that Virtual Bacon was shilling one of the meme tokens on Scroll as well. Panda, this is the one. Right now it has 500k market cap. Like, I'm just showing you like gold nuggets here. Like, of course, it's not something that you would be making money on in a month from now, in 2 months from now, in 3 months from now. You would still have to wait till Q3 or Q4 of this year. But I think it's one of the best deals you can only have on this marketplace. You know that there is a meme coins on this chain. You know that they will have a large airdrop. You know that if the team is not like stupid, they will actually be using largest meme coin. They will be interested to push it up to make sure that more and more people will actually be onboarded into that chain, because that's the best way how they can onboard people into the chain. Go research them, go check out the community. You need organic and healthy community, because once influencers stop to scream about the token, and they tend to stop screaming about the token when the token start to correct, because it's not that exciting to scream about something when it's correcting already, right? Once all these X listings will be done as well, there will be no more bullets to actually fire from these things. And then the reason why a meme coin can survive is actually organic community, just great community supporting, cheering, and inflows of capital. Airdrop is the inflow of capital. If you're bullish on some of these chains, you might actually want to hold these meme coins even after the airdrop. In my case, for example, I'm bullish on Blast long term, and I do plan to hold my ND on Blast after the airdrop as well. You have some things like Aptos and Sui with consensus that they are not very, very meme coin friendly. which might be a very interesting thing as well. I don't even know what are the meme coins on Aptos, and Aptos obviously something that have the token already, but it's pure VC pump and dump, the same as Sui for this cycle. And Memecoin on this thing might be doing quite well as well. Although with something like Sui and Aptos, I would want to maybe focus more on the main token of the chain, and I'm longing both of their tokens since December of last year. But at the same time, it might be a wrong mental mind frame that is actually blocking you from something. In terms of Sui, I was actually speaking about FUD, the pack as well. Here is it. Only 800k worth of liquidity. Yeah. All of these market caps for these things, they just should be surging up. They just should be growing. They are not that large at this stage. We definitely do not see a large amount of funds in these things at this stage. And this amount of funds actually should be increasing moving forward. I think a lot of the chains might be adopting the strategy of pushing their meme coin to get more users on chain. Something that Solana did very well with Bonk, and it started all the meme season on Solana, and it pretty much led to the fact it actually was reaching $200 recently. I would say that's one of the main things. And all these chains, Ethereum Layer 2, Linea, Scroll, zkSync, we'd also have Layer 0 actually, that are going to have airdrops. They are so crazy nice to be positioned in the airdrop of this, because you're pretty much just positioning yourself before the liquidity inflow. That's the best thing you can do in crypto. And with this type of things, liquidity inflows are kind of guaranteed as well. The only issue you might have is that you would actually need to wait. Right now we just entered Q2, and the airdrops, I would assume that they would be coming closer to the end of the Q3, maybe start of the Q4 as well. Quite an interesting change of topics, you might say. We just were talking about conspiracy theories, and then we jumped into the meme coins, right? And they all are very well connected. I would say this is a pure example of outperformance on the marketplace. Try to think for yourself why I'm talking about these two things in one video. You might say that they are very uncorrelated, but the connection that they have is just so crazy. That's the best way to monetize, with all these people buying lottery tickets, wanting to get rich quick, and you being positioned in advance. Right now is the time to actually think several steps ahead and try to figure out what's going to be popular at the end of the year, what type of meme coins, and buy them low and just wait. It's very rare on this marketplace that some things are pumping like the next day you're thinking about them, the next day you're buying. That's not something that's usually happening. You need to form up the thesis. You need to wait after you form up the thesis, because it's a very rare situation. You actually form up the thesis and the things are pumping right away after that. A bit of conspiracy, a bit of meme coins, top level content, pure best show on YouTube, best entertainment, best money making information as well. Thank you very much for watching this video. I will be seeing you tomorrow. Bye bye.